2016, we watched a little clip. A man called John, and he gave us a little tip. This blue dot Texan, he really likes to yell, and most of the time it's two-tailed Donnie to go to hell. The Democrats say we need to impeach, but for some unknown reason, Nancy doesn't reach. Nadler said we could take him by surprise. If we just found his taxes, we could find out all his lies. Now we call our congressman every single day, but how the money always gets in the way. Blue Dot family is very, very strong. We all owe it to a man that we call John. Travis and John, we think you're number one. With our Blue Dot family, we're always having fun. You like my story and you really think it rhymes. I think my Blue Dot family should sing it one more time. So my story's over and I really gotta go, 'cause I just see John post another show. For my Blue Dot family, I hope this goes so well, because then we'll see Donnie go straight to jail.
How y'all doing, baby? It is Monday. It's Monday. Feels like a Monday, but you didn't have to go to work today. So, hey, count your little blessings where they come. It was a holiday today, and I hope you enjoyed yours. I hope you enjoyed your whole weekend. Ours, as a lot of you already know, kind of sucked, and we're still just kind of getting back in the groove, trying to get our head back in the game, and life goes on, they say, and so we had a little tragedy, so we deal with it, we go on, and it's rough to do sometimes, but we still don't know exactly what happened, but all we know is we lost a precious little fur baby of ours, and it was rough going for the whole family. Anyway, it's Monday, and we didn't go live last night. I was just not up to it, and muscles sore, as I'm sure Travis's was. He was a pretty good sized goat, so the hole had to be very big in ground that hasn't had rain in a long time, and so it was kind of hard. But so we were a little wore out last night, but we sure did miss our Blue Dot family, and we're glad everybody's here this evening. And still without our YouTube family, so a shout out to them. We miss y'all every time we turn on this camera, baby. We miss our YouTube family. Anyway, as you can see, I got the freaking shirt on again. Yep, got the shirt on again. I wonder how many more times I'm gonna have to wear this thing. Enough. Yeah, it's always enough. Evidently not enough yet, though, because here we go again, baby. Here we go again. And things aren't going well, man. What is this guy? He's 36 years old, got pissed off at work, leaves. I understand there's 911 calls going back and forth. Both him and his boss called the 911, griping about each other and shit. Hell, he even called the FBI tip line, I understand. Rambled on a bunch of shit there while he's driving down the damn road. And then a simple traffic stop set it all in motion, baby. Set it all in motion. Now we're finding out that the guy had failed a background check. Well, there you go. That's all them right-wing nut jobs. Them background checks, they don't work. You're right. They don't work. Maybe we need to try something a little more progressive. Something that might work. Like remove the freaking gun from the story here. Maybe if he didn't have an AR, maybe if he only had a 6-shooter and no more rounds. Shit. I get pissed off about this because, baby, 7 killed, 23 wounded. Because in my state, this is why I'm getting pissed, baby. This is why I get mad. Is because it starts. First off, the first thing my governor did was sit down and sign some more bills. Sign some bills here in Texas, make it easier for you to pack iron. You bet. You're going to church, pack iron, baby. Going to the store, pack iron. Hey, you're going to the grocery store, make sure you have plenty of ammo in the freaking car. That's what my governor's doing. Pumping that shit up. But he's tickled to death. He got a call from the mother of the little girl that got shot, the 17-month-old. Now he says it's unacceptable and action is needed. That's what Governor Abbott said. You're right, Governor. Action needs to be taken. But it ain't signing more bills just to put guns in more places. That doesn't seem to be the answer. There's never a good guy around with a gun. They're just not there. Plenty of victims laying around though, baby. And this guy's just driving down the road shooting at whoever he wants to. But this is Texas, baby. This is Texas. And I'm sure y'all have all heard the story of Matt Schaefer, and if you haven't, please let me stand up here and tell you who he is. He is a Texas legislator, not a national legislator. He's not a congressman. He's in the state house here. Matt Schaefer. He's got the answer, baby. He's got the answer because he stood out there and proudly says this shit. What this country is, it's evil, godless, depraved hearts. That's what's wrong with this country. Godless, depraved hearts, and that we need to pray for protection. We need to pray for the victims, and we need to pray that God will transform hearts. Yep, let's all do that. Thoughts and prayers. Here we go. That's what this guy's got. That's not all he said. Here's where it gets me, and I get down with this shit. Here's what he said. Do something is the statement we keep hearing. As an elected official with a vote in Austin, let me tell you what I'm not going to do. I am not going to use the evil acts of a handful of people to diminish the God-given rights of my fellow Texans, period. None of these so-called gun control solutions will work to stop a person with evil intent. The one thing right there that pisses me off with all of these good guys is that line that says, God-given right. How about you pull up the Bible there, Matt Schaefer? What is that, Timothy? Is it in 2 Corinthians? Huh? Is it in Ezekiel? Where is it at? Where is it at that says God says you have a right to bear guns, to bear arms, to get a weapon? Not just any weapon, lots of weapons. According to this guy, it's a God-given right. Get that AK. Get that SK. That's what you need. More bullets, more magazines. He's standing up. I'm not going to vote against more magazines. I'm not going to vote against anything. Bump stocks, he wants it all, baby. Because he thinks it's his God-given right. The disgusting piece of shit should not be allowed to utter the word God out of his mouth because he has no stinking idea what, it's that selling point. It's that selling. You need more guns, baby. You need more guns. Get some sandbags around them windows there. You never know. Might come over the hill any second. You want to know what's wrong with you want to know the depraved, godless heart? That's him. That's him. Matt Schaefer, because he's just out there preaching, get more guns, baby. It's my God-given right to shoot anybody I want. And after I shoot them, well, then we can declare them mentally ill. Before that, they're just a good, God-fearing American who has a right to buy a gun. Get a gun. Any gun. And this guy couldn't pass a background check. So where did he get his gun? He got it somewhere. And they're right. If they want a gun, they'll get it. Because they're all over the freaking place. It gets hard to do this shit over and over and over again. Because we talk about the same thing. I am on the page of buyback. That's where I am. Hell yes, buy back every freaking weapon we can find. You got an AR style weapon? Well, top price, baby. You got a pea shooter? We'll give you a good price for that too. It's worked in other places in the world. It worked in Australia. They suffer, but they don't suffer like we do, baby. Where every damn week goes by, we got another one inspired by the last one. Oh, that's what I'll do. I'll just get mine. I'll just run out. They'll be sorry. They'll all be... They'll all be sorry, and we are. We are sorry. We're sorry that our lawmakers don't have the guts to put any action behind anything they say, that they don't have the balls to do anything. We're going to talk about it. We'll do it when we come back on vacation. Maybe. Now they got to wait for this one to die down a little bit. Donnie's already out there saying, well, you know, background checks don't work, and this proves it. But it's too easy, baby. Background checks is just the beginning. Close the gun show. Look, we were just talking the other day about the gun shows that go around all over the country. They just like a caravan. Hell, they just move city to city and set up guns for sale, baby. Bring cash. It's a business, baby. This is the result of their business. Because their business is death. That's what they sell. That's what they encourage. You go into any one of them and there's all sorts of military style equipment around. Look at here. You can look badass. You can even look like a cop. Got all the stuff right here. Just buy it up. You can walk out, shoot anybody you want. Well, that's what I was going to rant about today. That's what I was going to rant about yesterday. I couldn't make it yesterday because my heart was broke. And my heart's broke for this shit. My heart is broken for this country. I hope yours is broken too. I hope it hurts you when you stop to think of where we have descended to as a country. I hope it's heartbreaking to everyone. I don't want you to take that heartbreak to the polls, baby. I want you to remember every damn day of this man's disgusting tenure in our house. When you go to the polls, I want you to be mad, angry, hell-bent on restoring this precious country that we love back to a sense of normalcy. The sky was out of control, they said, spiraling downward. Well, there's all your red flags, baby. Just didn't happen soon enough. Because, hey, you can get a gun anywhere. Ain't hard. Shit. Somebody's always willing to give you one, sell you one. A lot of times there's people that egg them on. Oh, go ahead, Bob. Ha ha. Bet you won't do it. Yeah. So we have to keep up, baby. We have to keep the pressure on. We have to keep talking to our lawmakers. We have to keep insisting that they do something, and it's more than thoughts and prayers from old Matt Schaefer here. You can take his thoughts and prayers and shove them right up his God-given ass. God-given rights, I swear. When anybody brings that shit in, it irritates the crap out of me, because what they're insinuating is, hey, God said I could kill anybody. I wonder where Matt Schaefer is when the preacher's talking about love thy neighbor. All that kind of stuff. I wonder where he is. Anyway, it's been a rough weekend, baby. It's been a rough weekend. So let's pop in the chat, baby, and let's see who's here.
Don,
hello.
my condolences with your goat. Sorry about that.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. Aussie Dave, baby.
No, that wasn't Dave. That was Hank.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, how come Hank?
That's all right.
They lit up. I'm sorry. I didn't think that accent sounded right, but Dave's name lit up. Hello, Hank.
Yeah, well, Dave's got something to say about your most recent shooting. Yeah. That is very. It can prove that gun laws do work, even though we've had it here for years. In the last 2 weeks, in France and in Australia, we've had a couple of nutters go off and run the streets of Sydney and Melbourne, and the other one was in France, these people had knives.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
the worst that happened was one was killed, and I think one was injured. A couple got a few cuts, but these guys were able to be tackled by normal people using chairs and whatever was handy. These people were not scared to stop these knife wielding people. Now, the guy in Australia, when they interviewed him in the police station, he said if he could get a gun, he would have killed hundreds. He was on a rage and on a rampage, but because he could not get a gun, only one person got cut and one person was in hospital. The fact is that because you can't get a gun, yes, it does work. Because you can only get a knife, you're stoppable.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, Dave, you mean?
But the
fact that they could not get a gun saved lives.
Yes.
Do you mean the guy who got a crate on his head? That one?
Yeah, there's two or three, maybe three. But there were knife attacks in countries where guns are strictly controlled.
Yeah, and most of them were mentally deranged guys.
Yeah. And even if you have by the way, hi Hank. I like your name up there now. I see it. It changed. It's Blue Dot Hank, and buddy, you honor us with that, baby. We appreciate the shit out of it. But you're right. Even here, it's they're not deemed crazy here until after they pull the trigger. Oh, then they all pop out of the wall. He's mentally ill. He's mentally ill. Shouldn't have had that gun.
And there's also not much help for mentally ill people, is there? In the States, there's not much proper help, insured help for mentally unstable people.
No, we've dropped the ball there a long way.
Because here it is in your universal insurance.
Yeah, but we're
if
talking
you go
about
nuts, to get help
in both your country, Hank, and in Dave's. It seems that we're dealing with a government and a population that is concerned more with its citizenry, its rights for the citizens to have a good life, pursuit of happiness and all that kind of stuff that we sell. They have all that. And
don't get me wrong. I mean, the government is fairly okay in certain areas, but I just went to a big protest today.
Well, nothing's perfect.
Of higher education people, university scholars and teachers who are fed up with the fact that the government is taking money out of the humanities faculties and putting it into just the science faculties because that's economically better.
Well, you need the sciences, but you need the arts too, baby. We all need
both.
the arts. What inspires people, what talks to somebody's heart. That's what artists give us.
So while we have a better system in certain ways, we also have our problems. Just don't forget that.
Now, we're well aware of everybody that that you've had your episodes over there in the Netherlands also. The difference being is that, here it's like the knife situation. Well, you can't ban knives, John. Well, you can't ban guns, John. Well, yeah, you can't. You're going to take that crazy individual. If the only thing he can get his hands on is a knife, like Dave was saying, the chances are the death count is not going to be astronomical, like we saw in Las Vegas.
I made a very cynical remark on Facebook the other day after the shooting in Texas. I said Texas is changing their gun laws, and we're off.
Yep, and we're off.
That's the feeling that we have.
That was the first thing that came out after the shooting was Greg Abbott signing 5 bills that made it easier for Texas to carry guns everywhere they want to in this state.
Unbelievable.
And that's it's just disgusting. Hey, Velda.
Hi, Dave. The neighbor of the guy that was in Odessa.
Right.
She 2 weeks ago called the police because the guy was on the roof of his house shooting, and he threatened her with a gun.
Well,
because they couldn't find the address on what is it? The GPS.
Right.
They never came out.
Oh, thank you.
In Australia, they would have locked the whole suburb down until they sorted that out in Australia. And I'm sure the Netherlands would have been the same. If a report like that came in, love, they would have locked the whole area down and said, let's sort this shit out before anyone gets hurt.
Yeah, they do.
It's
And the same guy goes on a rampage 2 weeks later, and the gal called.
well, standing
A
on
missed opportunity.
standing on top
When
of your roof
anyone
and taking off a
threatens
few
with a
rounds
gun-
ain't gonna upset too many. He's just blowing off a
Well-
little steam. That's the way they think.
Yeah, but
He's normal.
but
He's
he's
normal.
Right.
he threatened her with a gun too.
Yeah. Well,
When anyone threatens with
Sure
a gun
was.
in the Netherlands, whether it's a DX or a real one, the AT comes in, like the arrest team, and they close down the area and they get the guy out in cuffs
well, we don't.
without shooting him. Without shooting him, mind you.
Let's see. One of the first things Donnie did when he became president was make it release or relieve the rules or relax the rules on mental illness and guns. That made it, just because a doctor said you're crazy, doesn't mean everything. Everybody's a little crazy, That's the mentality of this. It's all here in the United States. It's all about one thing. It's about selling the guns, making sure everybody's got a gun. That it's the gun mentality of this whole country. It's going to be it almost impossible to overcome because of that, because of their God-given Second Amendment right. And I'm to the point to where, that the Constitution has been amended before to strike down an article, so an amendment. We put amendments in, we take them out. It takes just the law. That's what we do. So it's not beyond pale. It's not. You can't. It's protected by God. Okay, we'll tell God to go down there and vote. If he don't show up, we do it. I'm to that point. This is ridiculous. Yes, we need a big buyback, and I don't mean cheap, baby. You're not going to get somebody to give up their weapon for $100. Are you shitting me? No, he's got more invested in that. Do whatever it takes to buy it back from him, and then put it in a metal crusher and put it back out on the market someplace else.
That's what we done.
That's what they did.
Crushed them.
That's right. I've seen them crushing them. That's what we need to do here.
Really quick, before we go any further into this rant, we want to welcome the rest of the panel into the room. We got Bernadette, Bud One Man, Velika, and Yogi. How are you all doing tonight?
Doing well.
Right. Hi guys. Hey John, how you feeling?
Hey,
Oh,
Velka.
baby, it's been rough. It's been rough.
Oh, I bet.
Not
I'm
worth a
sorry
shit,
to hear
really,
your
but
baby died.
yes, it's we're still trying to figure out.
We could do
There's just nothing. He was healthy one day, and the next morning we went out there, and he was just laying out there dead. So
Snake bite?
no, couldn't find any marks on him. Nothing.
Oh,
No dubious behaviour around the place, like any revenge acts, do you think?
I'm trying not to think.
I'm trying hard not to think that way because my
I hope
donkey's
so
out here.
too. I hope
Yeah.
not. I hope not as well.
It's
No horny Trump fans in the area.
oh yeah, we got
Unfortunately,
we got
that's
plenty of
why.
them,
They were all out here this weekend.
and they all know where I am, and anybody
And they
out
know
here,
who you are.
yeah, they know who I am. Yeah,
Travis, there's one more in the green room.
1 minute.
You think it's a heart attack? You think Boomer had a heart attack?
I don't think so. I mean, he's
Honey,
pretty healthy.
How old was he?
He wasn't that old. Hell,
He was only like 3 or 4.
3 or 4 years old. Yeah, he's not that old. This is our third goat. The first one died of old age. The second one died from a pack of dogs down the street that got him, and now this one. So yeah, we have a goat.
He was a
graveyard
boyer,
out there
wasn't
now.
he?
I'm sorry.
He was a boyer. He was
Oh
a
yeah,
boyer
he was a
goat.
boy. Yeah. Oh yeah.
No,
see,
not
yeah,
a boy,
yeah.
but a boyer.
Yeah, boyer. Yes, yes, he was. Beautiful little thing.
Yes, he is. Was.
But it just
You can.
I need to get. We need to have a security system around here. We need to have cameras that record.
Well, to be fair, we do.
Yeah.
We just
Well,
need
we
to
just
get it
don't have-
updated. We need to get it updated.
No, we don't have one that'll record anything.
You got sensor lights?
Unless you're looking at the TV when it happens, you ain't gonna see shit. So we need to figure out, do that. But it's something I don't want to have to worry about, but you do.
Yeah, you got to be very careful, John, because you put yourself out there, as you said.
Yeah.
And you're using your voice, and there's some. We both know what the other side's capable of. Some of them, not all of them.
Right.
But some of them take it too far. And yeah, and they get up, like the kids get up to nefarious acts. A
Yeah.
couple of young kids, oh, that bastard there. My dad said he's this. My dad said he's that.
Yeah.
And it's not the mature man that's going to do it. It's
No,
the younger kid.
yeah.
I doubt it. I don't think it's something like that, because if there had been somebody down there messing with the goat, Jenny would have gone ape shit.
Well, she's in a separate pen under the house.
You got dogs.
I think it's unlikely, because anyone who would have done something like that would have made it known, especially Trump supporters.
And your dogs would have gone crazy too.
Yeah, yeah. We can't figure it out. You know, it's just sad. You know, it's.
Could have been natural causes, John.
Well, you know, it could be. Who knows with a goat? You know.
He could have ate something that he shouldn't have ought to ate.
Yeah, he could have done that. I don't know much in there to eat. He just got him oats. He had just starting oats, and I only give him like about half a cup in the morning. You know, because you don't want him eating too much oats. You want him eating grass and hay and stuff. But anyway, hello, Nana Lovely. How are you this evening, dear?
Great.
Good. We're glad you joined us too. Everybody's
John?
here. Yes, sir.
I've just sent an article to Travis's Facebook page from a New Zealand magazine in which the question is asked, and it's a very important question: why no one is actually at this moment saying that Trump actually has lost his mind. He's totally crazy. Why nobody official is asking questions.
Well, I think after this little event, you're going to have something like that. Now, listen, 7 months ago, through Congress, and it was pretty well unanimous in Congress, an act was passed, a bill was passed called the HR8. The HR8 was for gun control, was for background checks and all that.
Wow.
7 months ago, it passed through your Congress. It's been sitting in Mitch McConnell's basket 7 months.
Yep.
Now that's crazy. That is crazy.
You know, that's what we've been facing for a long time. And gun legislation is only one thing. He's sitting on every damn bill that the House has put through. So yeah, Whippy, we took the House. Did it do us any good? Not a whole lot right now, because Mitch McConnell
they devalued the House.
He is trying to kill everything that the Democrats have done in the House. He's trying to sit on it. You know, he's been that way ever since Obama was elected.
He's bought up by the NRA. Muscular Moscow Mitch is bought up by the NRA. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He wants to push off all his judges who just barely get out of law school to do whatever his thinking is. That's what he's got. Those judges should be fired.
Well, look at Kavanaugh.
They're not qualified.
Look at Kavanaugh. He's just been caught out lying. Some guy's producing a document saying, you freaking lied, Kavanaugh, in 2006, and you're our justice?
That's who's sitting on our... Because it doesn't matter to the Republican Party. All they know is he's a very right-leaning judge, and they can count on his ass. You know, Mitch McConnell held back Merrick Garland for this guy, for Mr. I Love Beer. That's
now,
who we have.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen, John?
Well,
I mean, they've got the facts that he lied.
The only thing that can happen, and that is that we have to win the next damn election, because everything hinges on that. Everything hinges. We can move the court to 13 if we want, but the Republicans won't do that. You know, and God forbid anything happened to RBG. You know, they'd get it. They'd railroad another one right in there, baby. And you know, there goes a lot of things right down the tubes if that happens.
What would happen, John? What would happen if UV or whatever lied to Congress? They'll hang us by our short here.
Oh shit!
And throw us in prison.
Oh man, perjury, baby. Yeah, you're going to jail. Me and you damn right. Up there, not so much nowadays it seems, huh? They lie through their teeth about everything. You know, you were just asking about his. They were just asking somebody. Who was it? I'm sorry. Somebody was just talking about his mental stability. Well, it was on full display. When he was talking about the hurricanes, he just made that statement. They show a reel out there where several times during several hurricanes he has mentioned, he's out there saying, well, nobody's ever heard of a Category 5. Nobody's ever heard of this. Did you hear about it? This is new. This is new. Only since I've been president have they gone. It's ignorant shit.
They make movies about it.
Yes. It's embarrassing because he's talking like he really believes it. Nobody's ever heard of a Category 5 before. Nobody knew. You've already had 4 of them during his presidency. Irma, Michael, Maria, the one that hit Puerto Rico, you idiot. Don't you remember all that shit that you're still bad-mouthing Puerto Rico for? And now the Bahamas are taking it, baby. I don't know how that little island nation is going to survive that. It's been a lot of hours.
They took a bad one.
Oh, baby, they got it bad.
5 dead.
Yeah, that's only so far. The storm's just starting to inch off, and it's going so slow. They say it's going to make that turn to the north, but if I was sitting in Florida, baby, I
wouldn't be counting on that.
No. I've seen them things do all sorts of crap. They'll move all over the place, and so we're worried about all our family out there on the East Coast out there in Florida and stuff, all the way up
John.
there. Yes, ma'am.
There was a lot of us waiting for you to come on last night, so we just decided to talk and talk and talk.
Yeah,
and
sorry,
we came up with an idea.
What's that?
That if we could all get in, people all over the country, if you're in Washington, D.C., and it hits Mar-a-Lago, take them by a roll of paper towels and throw them over the White House.
Yep.
That would be excellent. Everybody go get a roll of paper towels and go throw them over the White House lawn. Yeah. Yep. Might get. What are they going to get you for?
Littering.
It's
a donation to help solve up Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago. We're trying to help you out here, Donnie. Soak up the water, because if anything happens down there.
Let's hope Mar-a-Lago will not exist anymore after a week or two.
No.
That would be wonderful.
Long live the hurricane.
He would love it.
Yeah, but he's got insurance.
He would love that.
He'll steal right back money.
He would soak this government dry. Yeah.
But when mom and pop families are left in the cold because he got all the money to build his freaking Margo again.
Yeah, but once he's got the money, he don't give a shit.
It's blue. It'll be blue.
Yep. Well, his people don't give a shit. They love him for his balls. Oh, look, Donnie robbed the country. Yeah, I knew he would. How about that shit? That's why I voted for him. That kind of shit. They love that shit. They just it just baffles my mind. Just how anybody at this point in the game can show any support for this man. But yet they do. And that it just
most of them are just talked into it, If you don't vote for him and keep him in office, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen.
Oh, the market will
crash.
Well,
he actually made a statement. He made a statement that we've seen over here on TV in our news articles that if his people who can take so much, and his people are the people with the guns, the cops, the bikers for Trump, he rattled them off, and he said that they can get violent when they're pushed to a point, meaning that if he doesn't win, or watch out, America. That's what we interpreted as. It was a veiled threat to the people.
Yeah, that's what he said.
We interpreted it the same
cowards.
way.
They will never do nothing.
No.
They'll all crawl back under their rocks if you lose.
Has any of you read the article that stated that Trump is now actively, or the government is now actively deporting U.S. Army recruits that have given their all to the country?
Yes.
And were promised citizenship. I mean, that's ridiculous, isn't it? Why are many of the military guys not protesting?
There's a good question.
There's too much other shit going on, distracting everyone from so much. There's so much shit going on, you don't know where to focus.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's the key to his.
Mattis actually said something about this in his new book.
Yes, James Mattis finally come out, wrote a book to let you know.
He
went,
yeah.
he couldn't go along with this idiot. And in basic words, that's what he's saying. He's a moron who is just transactional. You got to pay him something. Donnie's got to have a little payoff in there, baby. One way or the other, he gets something or you get shit. And he doesn't give a shit about your opinion either. So, you know, it's who this country. He's turning this whole country into a damn shit stain, and it, not this whole country, baby. I'm sorry, I misspoke, baby. I misspoke because it's not this whole country. It's
No,
just
of course not.
it's just him and his little minion gang of treasonous traitors he calls the cabinet. Those that are in there to steal as much as they possibly can. And
That being said, I did see a great meme today of two ICE officers dragging the Statue of Liberty along.
Yeah.
With the comment next to it that so it was
Yeah.
a French immigrant.
Ain't that something?
What?
You know, that's
Send it back to France.
that little cartoon tells you something about it. It tells you how we feel. You know, that's the way this nation feels. Is that's what he would do. You know, hell, I can't even remember which. Y'all gonna have to. I haven't been in the news much since Saturday, so.
Now they're revoking, not renewing passports for anybody that lives within 100 miles of the border in the southern border, if they're Mexican.
Not renew their passports. So I gotta admit, I'll have
because they don't know if they're real citizens.
Show me the papers,
Yeah, and kids
old man.
born don't get a passport either.
You know, that's what
Kids
comes to my
born-
mind.
Yeah.
Show me your papers, old man. You know?
It's Ausweisbiete. It's just Nazi.
Yes, it smacks
Yes,
of
it
it.
is.
It smacks of it. This is a free country. You should be able to travel anywhere in this country without having to be pulled
And then
over and
sending
asked
off
for.
children that are dying from the
Yes.
hospitals.
Yes, send him back. Hell, that guy they just deported back to Iraq, who died, and now they're bringing his body back so they can bury him here. Ain't that some shit? Thanks a lot. We get a corpse, and the only reason he's dead was because he was deported.
Trump killed him.
Yes, yes. He didn't point the gun, but he
In a
sent him right back there to
roundabout
die.
way.
And it's the
Even
same way with these
deported
kids.
after-
Oh, it's too bad. You're sick, gonna die. Well, go back down there to Honduras and see if you can find you a doctor real quick. Hurry up now.
He also
You know,
he also deported the Afghan interpreters that worked for the NATO and
there
and
is
the
no
American
loyalty.
forces.
This man, he
And
doesn't
many of them
understand
were killed.
anything about it. The fact that we have veterans that have been deported and now they're going after the citizenship of their children born while doing active service for this country. You know, there's lots of ways that you can display your patriotism to this country. But when you're not from this country, baby, that's a hell of a way to display it. Is to put your
I
life
think
on
it's a
the line.
worldwide problem,
And
though.
it's worth
It's a
nothing.
worldwide problem.
It's worth nothing to this man.
But it's starting to become a worldwide problem because I just read an article about Israel where rabbis now want DNA tests to prove somebody's Jewish.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, are they crazy?
You want to go
The
down
entire
that
world
rabbit
is
hole?
going
Do you
nuts.
really want to go down that rabbit hole? Because you
Yeah,
know,
they apparently want to.
that's
Yeah.
pitiful.
How much Jewish do you have to be? 1%, 2%, 3%?
Yeah. Is there a number?
How much of your genetic material has to be Jewish to be able to be Jewish?
Yeah, apparently they have not learned from their own history.
That cuts out anybody who's married into the Jewish faith. Oh no, sorry. You know, you converted to
There goes
Judaism. but-
Ivanka.
Yeah, Ivanka.
Yeah,
Sorry
there
about that.
goes
baby. You're out. That's the way it is. You know,
There
that's
go her
I
children,
make a
too.
joke
They're
of it because
half-breed.
I think every white nationalist, one of these white supremacist groups, I think the Klan, do your DNA test, baby. Let's put it out there. You know, let's see who you are, who you claim to be. You know,
They would run.
yes, they would. Yes, they would. I ain't doing that, Bob. Why not? Well, because I just don't want to. It's against my civil rights. Yeah, kiss my ass. If you want to join the group, do the DNA test. You know, we cut their
Sadly,
membership down by a whole lot. Yeah.
Sadly, I cannot have a DNA test because I'm part of the invasion fleet, and we will be arriving shortly
That's
from our own planet.
that from our own planet going to come. I'm telling you. Look for the
Hey,
ones with pointy hoods.
I'll
Take
give you
them
a little
first.
bit,
Huh?
little bit of a giggle here, guys. Everyone ever heard that big plastic garbage island that's floating around in the Pacific, made
Yeah.
up of
Yeah.
styrofoam
Oh, yeah.
bottles,
Oh, yeah.
all wiped. Well, you know that island now is now twice the size of Texas. You know what that means?
Wow.
That
I
means
heard that.
that means that the Pacific has more white trash in it than
Right back,
Texas.
people.
We're all gonna die. There's the, and it's true. There's so much, baby, on our plate. The environment being one of the biggest. It's sad because
The Amazon is at tipping point. A few scientists wrote yesterday.
Oh, that's bad, Hank. That's bad.
Very
What the
bad.
another tipping point is that because of Fukushima, the Pacific Ocean is losing its algae, the ones that give us the oxygen, and so you've got the rainforest on fire, you've got the algae disappearing, you've got the green belt of Africa burning, you've got the Russian Siberia burning. They're
You got,
20, 40, 60.
the Antarctic ice shelf has thinned by up to
You know,
23% since 1970.
Damn it.
This might sound a little bit misanthropic of me, but should the human race be saved?
I'm sorry.
It's a good
should we just
question.
let it die out and give nature a chance to restore everything we fucked up?
Didn't Travis,
Well,
didn't you say that the other
underestimating.
day? Why don't we, we're like fleas on this planet.
Yeah.
The best thing for this planet would be if we all died, because we're the ones
She's
killing it.
going to try and kill us.
Now this Wednesday, who is it? I don't know what station is it, CNN or something. They're having a climate candidate, Democrats to duke it out for top climate candidate title.
Oh yeah, I don't remember which channel that's on.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's on CNN, but 10 Democrat presidential contenders will make the case for their respective climate agendas
Oh,
Wednesday.
that's gonna piss off the DNCC.
Yeah, well, this time I think they agreed to it because they seen everybody got pissed off because they're stuck there. Let me see it. Yes, on CNN, the 7-hour forum on 7 hours on CNN.
My God.
Yeah, it's well, they're gonna have, I don't know how many of the candidates are gonna be up there. I'm trying to look down here, but I don't see a number. But it's gonna show this Wednesday. I've seen it being advertised on CNN. So yeah,
That's gonna be a hell of a show.
yeah, it's something we should all tune in to because we're gonna see what they're proposing for their ideas. Who what their agenda would be. I see Yang, Biden, Warden, Bernie, and Booker.
You don't
in the
see
picture.
Biden up there, do you?
No. Yeah, Biden's there. His picture's there, so I guess that means he's going to be there. Yang, Biden, Warren, Booker, and Bernie are all in this picture, so I guess they're going to duke it out.
I imagine Mayor Pete will probably be there too.
I would imagine there's going to be more than just that. I'm just not going to sit here and read that whole article while I'm on the air here, but that's where I am right now. For the last few days, I have not dug into the news. Just haven't wanted to. Just had no.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I just lost it there for a few days, and I just haven't. So I'm not up to par on everything that's going on. I just know what was pissing me off before everything went to shit, and that was.
Nobody blames you.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that so much.
It's hard to be up to par on everything that's going on.
It is.
There's just too damn much of it.
Yeah, it's overwhelming sometimes.
Little change of pace here, guys. I'm really happy to see in Russia, not so much the Chinese, because the Chinese take it a little bit too far with violence, but in Russia and in China, how they're standing up for their democracy and the right for their rights as being a human being. Yet in America, you guys have had it so long, you've just got so complacent with it. You are such a risk of losing it, yet no one's out there marching and complaining. But yet the Russian and Chinese are doing it. The Americans are sitting on their hands, and you got the most to lose.
Baby, I got no excuse for it. We've got a lot to lose here. This country should be out in the streets every damn day, it seems like. This country should just shut down until that man's out, gone.
But you're sending a message to Trump. The message for Trump is, well, no one's complaining, not marching in the streets. Like
everybody's gotten used to it here, Dave. It's all this shit story that nobody's ever heard of Category 5. Nobody's gonna pay attention to that because he's stupid. He says shit all the time. It's become normal. Nobody's surprised about the policies he's trying to push or the crap that happens. Nobody is surprised.
A friend of mine who is a German historian. A friend of mine is a German historian, and he sees a lot of I don't really know. I know the English word, but it doesn't get to me. If you compare Germany before 1933 with America now, it's virtually the same.
You're
on a very dangerous road.
We've been talking about.
And at that time, we were a country that would turn away Jewish refugees fleeing Europe, trying to get out of Germany. We would turn them back.
Yep.
Sound familiar? We're doing the same thing right here. We're doing the same thing here with refugees coming up because they're from Central America. Oh, they're brown. We can't let those brown people in here. It's right
out of Hitler's book.
Yes. I swear, I say it all the time. That the only book he's probably ever read is Mein Kampf. And he probably studies it. Yes, he probably studies it because you can just see his style in Hitler.
He didn't read it. He had the audio version.
This is the picture book version, the coloring book version. That's one of the when I was probably about 20 or something. I made it all the way through the life and death of Adolf Hitler. It's a very thick freaking book.
Talking about this, did you see the snort that Mrs. Merkel gave him when he said that he was German?
Yes, she gave him
in Europe.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And she snorted really. And then there was a news reporter who made a really big joke because she said, "Are you stopping over in Poland next?" And Merkel got the joke, and a lot of the others also, but he didn't get the joke.
Yeah, going to Poland next, yeah, that's where it started, baby. That's where he made his first move. Yeah, there's so much. His daddy was born in a quaint little German town called New York City. I'm sure you can find it. Yeah, I'm sure you can find it on the German map there somewhere. It's it's another lie, another illusion, another part of the con. Everything is a con with this guy. It's the master of making so much shit happen that we are in a constant state of pissed offness for this or that or whatever. And as long as that chaotic mess is here, his minions love that shit.
When he said he was the second coming, I just asked the question, "Where's Pilate when we need him?"
Yeah, there you go. Somebody nail him to a cross is what I think. Yeah, you think that good? Well, let's break out the nails here. Let's see.
Get the Romans out there.
I want to be the guy.
I've got a couple of good sturdy oak trees that we could cut down.
Yeah, there you go. I'd donate.
If
they're going to make him into a godly person, it's. Go ahead.
Another point of interest, John, is I see that North Korea, Johnny's mate, or I call him Denture, Donald. North Korea has got this new super multiple rocket launcher, and has been shooting it off into the China Sea and shit.
Yeah,
what's happened? Hey, they're under control now. We've done a deal, and he stopped your war games for him.
Yep, we've given up ship,
and now he
just keeps on.
He's got a new fancy thing.
It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan.
Mini-me's got to play.
Mini-me's got to play?
Yeah.
I think we should.
I'm not
ahead,
religious.
man.
I'm not really religious, but and I hated Reagan and I hated George W. Bush, not the old one. Well, the old one also a little, but the younger one. But the first person that I actually think might be the Antichrist is Trump.
This guy has brought everybody together on the same thing. We all hate his ass.
Go ahead, Nan.
Yeah, what were you going to say, Dan?
I believe we should just put him in a cave for 3 days and come back and see how he's doing.
Yeah. That's it. I say put him in one of them things and roll the stone up there and leave his ass there.
3 days? I think longer.
Yeah. I'm not.
I reckon.
I'm not that big a hurry to go back to see what's up.
if he goes to jail, they've got to give him a cellmate, and he's got to be black.
Yeah, I don't trust that. They gave Epson a cellmate too, but then they took him away conveniently at the right moment. You know.
Oh, who is that guy that's in charge of HUD housing? The doctor.
Oh, Carson.
Oh yeah.
Ben Carson.
Yeah, Ben Carson. Yeah, Mr.
That's his new cellmate.
Yeah, that'd be all right. Yeah, put those two little whiny bitches in there together.
You see,
They
he's
can have
new,
a Jeopardy thing.
he's the new president's advisory board he's made up. He's got rid of all the scientists and all the psychologists that know human nature, and he's bringing in all his rich mates to advise him on his new advisory board. In other words, how they can make more money out of the people.
Yeah.
But he's got rid of the experts and he's bringing in people like the Koch brothers type people.
Yep. He's
One of them.
knowledgeable of anything is not a requirement.
No,
to be
but
hired by
there
a
are
country.
more and more states protesting him and not doing what he wants or what the federal government wants. So that's a good sign, I think.
I want to see our House of Representatives start impeachment when they come back. I want to see them start digging into everything he's got and publicizing
Right
it.
away.
And you know, I want the pressure on. I want the heat turned up to maximum, baby. Because he needs to go. And there can be not an ear in this nation that shouldn't hear exactly what he's done. And is it going to change everybody? No, but it's going to change the majority. You know.
The thing is, they've all heard and don't believe it.
Yeah. What's that? I'm sorry. But
they've all heard it. They just don't believe it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, I didn't read it. Some story there. Some Fox News host came on there and said that he honestly believed that Donnie has never lied. He's never lied. You know.
Never lied.
You know that's.
I love.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He got a
good.
straight face.
That's what his
I
press.
love that Fox News host who dissed Trump. Have you seen that? The Fox News host who actually dissed Trump.
Yes, that's
That's
Neil Cavuto, I think, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's what we was talking about the other day. The Fox News, the actual news journalists that work for Fox, should not be held to the same account as the rest of Fox News.
The entertainment section.
The Sean Panetti's, the Laura Ingraham, the Tucker Carlson, all of that shit. Judge Wino is just boomba propaganda for the regime that is in our house. They are the Russian TV. They're the who was it? Goebbels, was that Hitler's propaganda guy? Yeah, they're the Goebbels of Trump. That's all they is. I've said it 1,000 times, baby. And if you haven't heard it before, let me say it again. Fox is the worst anti-American bullshit you can put on your TV. If you turn on Fox News, that's just like saying I'm a traitor to my country. Tune in. What's Putin up to? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Hank.
Do you know who should try Trump in a court of law?
Yes. Yeah.
Judge Judy.
Actually, I think he should be tried in The Hague.
That would be best.
Yeah.
I was thinking The Hague myself.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking, baby.
Yeah, the ICC could do well with him. Yeah.
Now let me peek up here and say, Bernadette, are you there, baby?
I am. I've just been listening to the conversation. I'm like you, John. You know, you kind of run out of words after a while.
Yeah, you do, and I
even express the shit.
I do. I worry about it because, you know, I come on, and it's like I'm repeating myself. You know, you've said this before.
It's like a bad circus loop.
Yes, like you're on a loop and you just can't, you know, progress off
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, Groundhog Day. You get up every day where it's the same shit day in and day out.
But you know what, John? I do see hope. I do see people getting angry. I talk about it with people that I know, and they are angry. My best friend, she says she's so tired. She was thinking about not voting. I told her, I said, I vote by mail. I'll vote early, and I will come down there and I will kick your ass all the way.
Yeah. Well, that's where I am.
Don't make me do that. 200 miles away, but I will do that.
You will? Well, I don't need my ass kicked.
I would do that.
I don't need my ass kicked. I've had my ass kicked plenty here lately.
So if you haven't been paying attention, just call me. I'll catch you up on the daily shit.
I do. I need
You
to.
know?
Because usually I wake up in the morning, I have my coffee, and oh Lord have mercy, I was up early this morning. Yeah, it's been a rough. I ain't moving too much. If you notice, my arms haven't moved.
One thing I'll say to the family is that we Blue Dots, we're gonna get tired.
Yes, we are.
November is a long way off. We're gonna get tired, and it's okay to get tired. Just gotta.
That's right, Bernadette. It is okay. It's okay to get wore out. It's okay to get disgusted with the whole damn thing and want to throw your hands up in the air and just walk away from it.
Take a couple breaks.
But
we
you
got
can't.
a big family. We'll carry each other.
That's right, baby. That's right. How about it, TW? You gonna lift me up, buddy?
Hey, what's up?
There ain't nothing
What's
to
up?
it. Heard you singing at the beginning of the show, buddy. We kind of like that. We kind of like that. So how's life out your way?
Oh, not too bad. We're just hanging in there.
That's all any of us can do, baby. That's all we can do is hang in. Another day of paradise, baby. That's what we're.
I heard you guys talk, and I say that he should be like a mushroom. You know what you do with a mushroom?
What you do?
Put him in dark and feed him a lot of shit.
Feed him a lot of shit. That's what he's trying to. He thinks
That's the way he's got a lot of his people right now.
Yeah.
They're in the dark, and he
feeds them shit. They're all little mushrooms.
But they're not growing.
I got a
His
couple
numbers
in my
are
family
not
right
growing.
now.
No.
And I think the closer we get to election, the more he's going to get really nervous, because a whole bunch of it is going to go down. It's going to take time for us to go through this process, gathering information, as if we don't already have enough.
Right.
I mean, he creates information on a daily basis, and he forgets himself that he makes videotape every.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. I mean, think about it. In his day, you videotaped something, and then you could go on your merry way. He doesn't realize that it's live now.
Yeah. He doesn't believe. That's what you have to wonder. Just how stupid
when this shit really does hit the courts, all his shit is already out.
Yeah.
For the whole
We're
world.
all used to it. We're all used to it. We've seen it before. It's nothing new.
Yeah, we're gonna get tired, but we can't keep taking it. We're not gonna take it, and we're gonna go to the polls, and we're gonna vote his ass resound
by a landslide. It has to be a landslide, baby. It needs to be all of us.
He is pissing off so many people.
Well, and we see the cracks more and more every day. More and more Republicans are abandoning the Republican Party. They don't want to run again under this shit because it's gonna remain with them the rest of their political life. That you were part of that.
But we need to get to the streets, take these young kids to the streets, and kids don't know. Some of the kids are aware of what their future is looking like.
Right.
Idiot.
Well, it's gonna happen.
There's a lot of them that don't care.
I think
and
this
those
Saturday.
Are the ones we got to get out there.
In El Paso, they're having a march this Saturday, I believe, for El Paso Strong against gun violence. So there's going to be a movement there in El Paso, and we're proud of that they're going to stand up. But it needs to be bigger than that, baby. It needs to be all of us. It needs to be every city in this nation that needs to stand up and say enough is enough of this shit. How many more mass killings are we going to put up with?
I don't know. How about that?
Feckless governors like the one that you got, John.
Baby, that's what we got.
That you got him.
Yes.
And his 2-year administration. How the hell do you have back to back violence in your city, and you're going to leave your administration out for the next 2 years?
Our governor would just as soon sign more gun bills tomorrow than anything else. He ain't got an interest in anything except upholding the God-given rights of Texas to have as many weapons as they want, and look badass doing it.
That's fine.
It's that mentality.
Then we make sure we turn Texas blue.
That's what we need to do, baby.
Out also.
Exactly what this state needs to do. Turn blue.
Enough is enough.
Because it starts here. You tired of gun violence? Vote blue. You're tired of the world going to hell in a handbasket environmentally? Vote blue. There ain't a damn issue that can't be fixed by voting blue. because it.
You might
It's
not like
fucked up
some of
that
the
they're
blue
not
people,
doing
but hey,
anything about
you know
it.
what?
Maybe you know, I want
It's
it.
a lot better than what the hell
w-
you have now.
What I want is a majority. I want the White House. I want a majority in the Senate, which we can do, and a majority. I want it enough to where we start doing what they've done to us, and that is start passing shit. I don't give, go talk in the corner over there, make them feel all bad. I go, them Democrats aren't listening to. I don't give a shit.
Well,
I want to see
the
progressive
Republicans
changes made.
are running like rats on a ship.
Yeah.
And it's totally possible to change.
They said on the
It's
Ring of
possible.
Fire, what was it? I think 24
Oh Lord.
or something like that. If the Republicans start leaving the Senate, that's all we have to fill is 24 seats.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
We need a 51-49 majority, and that only takes the 4
It's
seats.
3 or 4 seats.
3 or 4 seats.
Three or
We
four
need
seats.
British
And there's 4 of them that aren't even running. So
Well,
and,
there's so many just backing out because they're tired of this shit. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, screw it. I might as well
Yeah.
not even get reelected.
Yeah.
Hell with you.
the pendulum swings. The pendulum swings. Well, it swung way over there to the right, baby, and all of a sudden everybody's going, oh no 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 no. We, a little bit's okay, but when y'all swing out that far, no, get your ass back here, and that pendulum's going to swing right back over here on this side. But we need to
Well,
take
I'd say
advantage of it when it does.
The real problem, problem is all the damage that he's doing between now.
Baby. Yeah.
That's the real problem because on a daily,
Yes.
he is quiet while he's creating a shitstorm over here. The other hand is over here
Yep.
cutting this, cutting that,
Cutting that, destroying
cutting
this
the other.
regulation, doing this little deal. You're right.
Yes.
Trying to turn loose.
That
They want to open up the
problem in the
Arctic,
United
mining
States,
and logging.
winning the next elections is only the beginning of the work that we have to do.
Yeah, but there's a bigger problem in the United States. It's all of your politicians. The United States political system is based on rich people getting richer over the backs of poor people.
Well, I
And
can't
as long
argue with
as
that.
These civil servants do not put the country or the betterment of society before their own personal gain, nothing will
They've been
change.
sucking the tit for a long time.
Yeah, they've been on the tip forever.
Well,
And a congressman's
nobody
job
will like
once he gets elected is to stay there. That's his number one job. It ain't what you want in your district back home. That's secondary to him staying in office. If anybody's seen those reports where where a congressman spends most of his day is in phone banks trying to get donations from rich people.
Trying to raise money.
Just scrape that barrel, baby. Keep it coming. Got to get that money. It's because it's all about money. Citizens
Yeah, you
United
went-
was the worst thing that happened in this country. It
Yes,
just
it
it,
was.
it just allowed
You
that
went
money to
from-
flow, and when you got that kind of money, corruption is there, baby. You buy votes.
Basically, you went from a constitutional republic to an oligarch.
Yes,
And you're
yes.
still in that
And
oligarch.
that's exactly what Donnie's trying to instill here. You tell me that Rick Perry knew a damn thing about energy department. He didn't even know nuclear energy was part of the energy department. That's how stupid he
Or how
was.
about Scott Pruitt?
Scott
Yeah.
Pruitt. Scott Pruitt was a man from Oklahoma. He was the state
He's
attorney.
an oil man.
Yes, he sued the EPA 100,000 times on behalf of the oil and gas industries in Oklahoma. So naturally, he would be the one put in charge of the EPA, which immediately
The EPA.
the EPA he started raping that. He knew exactly what regulations he wanted cut, destroyed.
They just passed a couple of regulations, or cut a couple of regulations. One for methane gas, that the oil companies can release as much methane gas as they want to.
Yes, methane
into
gas.
the
I
atmosphere.
just saw
and the
that.
other one is cutting down this forest up in Alaska. That is a carbon sink to the world, like the Amazon is. Go ahead and cut that down and go ahead and mine it.
Burn it up, baby. Burn it up. Use it up.
And
Use it up.
yeah, release all that carbon back into the air. We don't give a fuck.
That's
It is one of the last
We don't
temperate
care about
rainforests on
saving-
Earth.
Absolutely. And they have their own scientists have been told the administration, this is a natural carbon sink for the world. We don't.
But you have great coal.
now.
Yeah.
He said, "Go
Look how many
ahead,
coal,
shut it
look how many
down."
coal mines
It
he
makes you
started.
take a deep
That's what
breath.
he run on, wasn't it?
What's
I'm
that?
gonna all you coal miners are gonna go back to work.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna open
Oh,
all
yeah.
the coal mines up, and you can have all new jobs.
Yep.
That really went far.
Yep. Coal companies
Yeah.
going. More coal companies went bankrupt last month than it set a record. I just did part
And
of it.
the employees lost money
Yeah.
on it
Yeah.
too, because they didn't.
They closed up and didn't pay the employees what they owed them, and no job and no money that we owe you. So the coal miners out there blocking railroads, putting chairs and sitting down on the railroad track, baby, daring that
Here's
train to
the
come.
deal. When Trump leaves, his policies leave. So we got to make him leave. But there's a whole bunch of little ones along the way, like Moscow Mitch, that need to go.
Exactly,
also.
baby. Exactly.
He's still in low polls.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Kentucky's really got to come to.
He is the most
Oscar
important
Mitch
thing
needs to
that
be
needs
sent
to
to the
go.
gulags.
Yep.
Besides, even if Trump doesn't go, Mitch needs to go.
Yeah. Say niet
he's getting
to
nervous.
Moscow Mitch. Yes, I like that.
He's getting nervous. He's getting nervous.
I hope so. I hope he wakes up every morning and sweating to death, worried. I hope he
I
does.
told my
I hope he goes to bed one night and never wakes up the next morning.
That would be just so sad. My heart
We
would just
can
break.
send our hopes and prayers.
Yeah,
Thoughts
I'd
and
send
prayers.
hopes and prayers. That's what I'd send.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah,
to
thoughts and
Moscow.
prayers. Yeah, too bad. Thoughts and prayers. See you later. Next, it's sad.
I think a
sooner the
couple
better.
polonium tea might work with the Moscow Mitch.
I'm telling
No,
you,
that would be the easy way out.
that man is the evil of the Republican Party. The Republican Party made a god out of him
They made a pact.
when he
made a
denied
pact.
Obama. The Republican Party loved him for that.
Yep.
He said no to Obama and stood his ground and tried to block him on everything
Yep.
he did. That's where Mitch McConnell got his glory from.
Yep.
Yeah, 'cause
I remember watching.
Never
I
heard
remember
about
watching
it.
Mitch McConnell. I remember watching Mitch McConnell being interviewed on TV saying that Trump was a thief, a crook, a liar,
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
but he kisses his ass now.
That's what's so funny about so many of them. The other day they were playing a montage. Ted Cruz talking about how terrible he was. Mitt Romney talking about how terrible he was. All of these guys, and then they turn around and kiss his ass. It's sickening. The Republican Party has lost any integrity they've ever had. They've lost, in my book, everything. And I have Republicans in my family. We just don't need to, if there's a death in the family, we just don't talk. Because if the conversation starts, that's where it's going to start. You're disgusting. You've given up on everything you've ever said that you were, any morals that you had, any integrity you had.
That's why I did. And that's what I did when I went with my Uncle Jay.
Yeah, you just gave it all up,
my
baby.
big mouth shut.
Yeah. And all the time, they used to tell me, "Oh, John, we're going to pray for you because, we want you to be saved." Well, shit. Somebody does, not me. I seem to be doing all right.
I did the same thing, John. I pissed off my family because I was talking to an aunt, and I said, "Hey, how's that coal mining thing going?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "Just kiss my ass."
Yeah, there you go. They don't want to be brought up. How's them Canadians? Are they still
You
smuggling
voted
shoes
for
across
him.
the border?
You wanted him.
Yeah. Well, I think somebody was right. He loved the winning. He doesn't like the part about being president. He just liked becoming the president and being the president.
Well, then,
but he just doesn't want to. Yeah,
Just
no
like
shit.
Just
Resign.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out. We
would
don't
love
want
that.
your ass in there anyway. It would be so much easier. But it ain't gonna stop there. This has gone too far. When he leaves office, he's going to be indicted.
He loves the power.
Because if he's not, it's going to be an
power
outrage. If he is not
If he
indicted.
doesn't get indicted, if he doesn't get indicted, somebody's going to do something so harmful to him that and that's hard to say because you don't want that to happen to anybody. But
No.
Something's going to happen because people are so much in an uproar because of what has been going on, and every time he comes out, he puts his foot right back in his mouth.
There you go. Pulls it out of his ass and stucks it right back in his mouth. That's what he
You
does.
still have the New York mob and the Russian mob, so
Wait
maybe
until
he
you
gets on
find
their own
out.
side.
Well,
You wait
just
till you
remember
find out
though,
what
you
he's done
piss
behind
off
your
one of
back.
those, you're going somewhere, and it ain't going to be a fun place. It's going to be you're wearing some concrete slippers, pal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be terrible. It's going to be a Jeffrey
What?
Epstein. Oh, look, we was going to try to save him, but oh, look at there, he done killed himself.
Yeah. Oh,
You
you
know,
know, he
too
fell off
bad.
of it.
Yeah,
He fell off of his plane.
he fell up a flight of stairs. It's just
They was
terrible.
having
Yeah.
technical difficulty and they couldn't keep an eye on.
That just so, you know.
It is what you will find out
happened.
after he leaves. It's going to upset you guys. You know nothing, and I know nothing. The world knows nothing but him and Putin of what he's really done behind your backs, secretly.
Yeah,
And
just
you're
one
going to find out
problem.
eventually, and it's going to hurt you.
Well, you know,
Former presidents still have Secret Service details.
it's all
Yes.
everything has a way of working its way out in history.
Yeah.
It
And
may not be in
speaking
his
of Secret
lifetime, but
Service-
right after he dies, you don't think everybody that ever had anything to say about him is not going to write a book? It's. I think the only reason
See
they
what
don't
he's
now.
done to the Secret Service in the Trump Tower? He's charging so much more rent. They're moving out.
Oh, he's making money. That's why he wants the G7 at his
Yeah,
golf
somebody
club
wants the job.
or anywhere. It makes money because every one of those people or the Secret Service, they all got to have accommodations, and the government pays for that. And he's charging high dollar, baby. So ka-ching every time he goes somewhere. It's making money for the Trump
Well,
organization.
they've just pulled the plug. They've just pulled the plug. They were paying $10,000 or $12,000 a day for their offices in the Trump Tower, and they found that the other companies were paying a third of that.
Right.
And so they've walked out. They've actually changed premises, and there's no obligation, by the way, for them to be there and to
No,
look after
they don't
his
have to
mother.
be. They can be there to look after him, but they don't have to physically be there.
No, but
No.
they don't need to be charged bloody rent of $12,000 a day for an office.
Trump was totally ridiculed at the G7. Nobody takes him serious. They all
Oh
talk,
yeah,
talk
I
to
read
the
that somewhere
diplomats.
today that they said the leaders are so sick of his bullshit.
Yeah.
He's cutting his own throat, guys. And now to turn around and, someone mentioned earlier on about him being tried at The Hague. It's not so funny because, people that tried to The
That's
Hague
what I
are
was
people
looking for.
who aided and abetted the enemy. Well, Trump is
Why
aiding
is
and
it
abetting
not there?
Russia
Yeah.
because he's now stopping the $250 million aid to
It's a
Russia
different one.
to fight off aid to Ukraine to fight off Russia. He's stopping Ukraine's aid.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what he came out
Yep.
the other day. He's cutting back on $250
That's-
million
That's
of
why he
military aid.
didn't go to Poland.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's
that's-
why he didn't go to Ukraine from Poland.
Well, he's got to
He
stay
didn't
here and
want to go-
protect the
he didn't wanna go
homeland
to
from the
Poland.
hurricane.
That asshole was
Shit.
on a fucking golf course.
That's
Yep.
Yeah, he's out playing golf.
he
Concerned
was-
about the
that-
nation down
he
there
was
in
a-
Florida. Y'all take care. By the way, I'm going on the 17th hole here.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, I'm still looking for my balls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody in Europe really wants to see him come.
Yeah, I just kind of had to get that joke in there.
Well, let me ask
Because
you.
he's got the best ball.
I got it.
If you
Oh,
saw,
he's got only one ball. Come on, he's Hitler.
But you know where that money went, don't you? That $250 million. I bet you that $250 million went towards his friggin' wall bank.
yeah. Well, he's
I know
been
it was
robbing the
golf
coffers for his wall anyway. The
Well,
military
yeah,
budget,
He
FEMA
just took 155 from FEMA.
Yeah. for his
Yeah.
wall. He
Is
doesn't.
that
Right
legal?
before the hurricane.
No,
Yep.
but he did it anyway.
He
Because
made
his
it
when
wall
he
is
gets
that
out, we can
important.
nail
That's
him
his
down,
legacy.
right?
There ain't
We
been a
hope.
single foot of new wall built yet. Everything that's been
Nope.
put out there has been
Exactly.
replacement wall. That's it.
Yep.
Not one
What he
stinking
has-
foot.
The
So,
money has gone into
that.
the money has gone into all those new tent prisons for
Yeah.
profit at $775 a fucking day.
yeah. Well, there's money to be made, baby. There's money to be made there, and you don't think there's some business people out there, Republicans, that would jump on that shit? No, baby,
Give me 3 people for $750 a month. I'll take care of them.
I'll take them. I'll fucking feed them good. I'll take them out to dinner every damn night at that
Especially-
price. That's what I mean. At that price, we could put
No,
them up
give
at
me
the La
3
Quinta.
Give me 3 people. Give me $750 for the month, and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
I got a great idea.
What's that?
Solve your problem with people's income. The great idea is that what happens now is that the government says, listen, people, We need room to look after these refugees or these people.
There you go.
Now, who wants to put up a bedroom? And we'll give you $500 a night. That would give a lot of people income.
I mean to tell you,
Yep.
yeah, it would work.
I've got three.
I've got room.
Four. I've got 4 empty bedrooms.
Shit, yeah, I could move this studio. We could.
It's $2,000 a night for you there, love.
Yeah, hell yeah. There's money to be made, baby, and don't think there aren't people out there taking advantage of that, because they are. You know.
But put it back
they're
into the
doing it in a
economy,
very
back into
inhumane
They
way.
can hold them
I
indefinitely.
don't have the room, and I don't have the patience.
Yeah. The
We welcome all
That's, I'm
refugees from the
me
United
telling the
States.
truth here.
that's
Especially the
what's
There are
that?
refugees from the United States who are welcome in Europe.
Well, we appreciate that. I'd rather stay here and fix this, though. But if things,
Yeah,
if he were to
something.
get elected again, I might take you up on that shit. I don't know. If I saw him riding his bicycle down the street, what would you do?
Run him over.
Would you?
Don't ask me.
Throw it
I'd
up
be
there.
arrested.
Until you go back to paper ballots, you'll
That's
never
when you
know
need the
who's
slapping law.
Yeah.
Until you go back to paper ballots, you'll never know who your president is, and you'll never know if your election in 2020 was an honest election.
Yeah, because it's still in question.
still think-
and Mitch McConnell
I
will not
still
advance.
think we need to be monitored by the UN.
Yeah, we're down to that point, because do I trust the government right now to no. Everybody
No.
that's working inside the government, well, no, I don't want to say that, because there are a lot of good patriotic Americans that work for the government, GS people, you know, that do their
The
job
United
every day.
Nations does see.
They're probably
the
the
United
ones saving.
Nations does see America as a banana republic.
Well, we're headed that way. You know, and how could we
reason
blame
why-
anybody for looking at us that way? Are you nuts over
John.
there? Yeah. What's that?
John.
Yes,
The
sir.
reason why Mitch McConnell doesn't want to advance electoral, election stuff is because he's being bought out by the lobbyists who make those machines and the election people.
Yeah.
He's being bought off.
That can be hacked by a high school kid, evidently.
Yep.
Yeah, I've
well,
seen
he's
the
being
voting
bought
video in
off.
which the voting got
He's being
changed.
bought off.
They've got
I'm in
YouTube
the
videos
crowd of
and
let's
YouTube.
dip our thumb in ink.
Yep.
It would be better
Yes.
than the system,
There you
because I
go.
can't trust the system we have now. And as my government is showing me, Mitch McConnell, he has no interest in trying to support that, do any kind
There
of
you go. You
you know.
can't, because you can't falsify that crap.
yeah,
Nope.
yeah,
And we don't have an FEC anymore because of Mitch McConnell. Fucking asshole.
yeah.
Netherlands only works with paper
Yeah, well,
ballots.
Donnie had his way.
Same in Australia.
They'd be doing the internet the same way. They'd be curtailing the internet. They used to talk about
Cannot
that
curtail
shit
the
too.
internet.
No.
Everything that he
Don't ever.
said, it would not be in the records. It wouldn't be anywhere because they go in and find a bot and just delete all that crap. So nobody knew.
Well, I wish we
Well,
need
public-
we need a system, and I think the country's
problem
ready to
is-
go back. What's that?
America's system is, you guys, and with the aid of your allies, you guys used to go into countries that were suffering from problems that you're suffering from now. You just go in there and sort it out and make sure their elections were honest, fair, and true, and there was no violence
Are you
and all that
done?
sort of stuff.
America
America now needs Australia to come in and look
It was a
after you.
long wait to get my nails done because the other two we closed because everything's still open.
Who's
So
that?
all I need to do is get. I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
I'm sorry, I missed part of that.
Who
Now,
was talking?
Okay.
Who was talking?
I
thought-
don't know.
I don't know.
Not
who was-
me.
I don't
Well,
know.
No,
I,
the guys
all I,
ordered
all I
in some
said-
lunch while ago.
all I said was about the election and going paper ballots.
Yeah.
Then something happened. And
Yeah,
Are
I
we
lost.
being botted?
I think Lewis bought today.
It's the CIA again.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. We're getting intercepted again. We're getting intercepted again.
You'll have to ask him, sure. I think all three of me. I'm not sure.
Well,
I know Lewis got something to eat.
This
I think-
Deutsche Bank have now been told by the judge you can release the documents to the government of Trump's tax returns. How long you reckon that's going to take?
They're fighting it again. Deutsche Bank is trying to come back again and saying that, well, they provided the information, but it's redacted. Names have been redacted, so we can only assume that they're talking about Donnie's taxes, the company taxes, the Trump taxes, the kids' taxes, all that shit. Who else could be redacted?
Deutsche Bank will eventually leak the full document. I'm sure of that.
They will eventually come out. They need to come out before he leaves office.
Yeah, when they
But again, that's what I've always said. If you want to see just how much those tax returns mean, look how hard he's fighting to keep that shit hid. That tells you everything you need to know about this man right there. That he is scared to death. That's how to hurt him. That is the one thing that he is so scared to death of, that the American people will see his tax returns. And it ain't because, the high amount he paid in charity, did charity work, or it ain't nothing like that. It's not any exuberant deals that he made that just makes him look. No, it's going to be all showing laundered money coming right out of Russia, right into his businesses. That's what it's going to show, and it's going to show him for
China.
It's going to show him for the treason that he is.
States are passing laws that you got to show your income tax.
I love it.
On the ballot.
I love it. I love it.
Remember Trump? He went to China and he got all those massage parlor chains in China.
Oh Lordy.
And they're, yeah.
That's sad.
And now he's fighting with China. Something's not right there either.
No.
Yeah, Trump's in the prostitution. He owns parlors.
Trump has taken this China thing with the trade war to a place that he really regrets now, I think, because the farmers.
I've got a quote here from Trump, John. I've got a quote here that says, "This is a quote from Donald Trump at one of his rallies. I would have thought that getting on with China would be a good thing, not a bad thing. Getting on with China would be a good thing. Isn't it a good thing to get on with China?
That's him.
Now they're the worst of fucking enemies."
Yep, that's him. That's him. He says the same thing about Russia. Wouldn't it be great if they're people. We love people. We get along. Don't worry. Let's all be friends. He throws that con out here to the American people while he's making deals with these countries. You don't think Ivanka and her line of shit's gotten, how many trademarks has she gotten over in China? A shitload, that have been
I bet she don't have them now, though. If if the Chinese are pissed off,
and I don't know how they would let her keep them.
Throw her out.
Yeah.
When I see the rallies of Trump and the people attending those rallies, I only think of North Korean applause machines. That's what I think of.
Well,
I got a kick out of it was Donald Trump Jr. and nobody was there.
Did you see that? I loved it.
Yes, that was fantastic.
And that was in Kentucky. That was in Kentucky, baby. So pay attention to that. When we're talking about Mitch McConnell and the way Kentucky could turn blue. That rally for the Kentucky governor that Donnie Jr. went to didn't have about 200 people in a venue that would hold 7,500. Kind of a lonely place,
With brand new red hat.
Yeah, you see him. They got a picture of him sitting there next to, I think his wife or something. I don't know. Anyway, he just got that depressed look. He's got his hands between his legs, and he's just kind of like, "Well, I'm here." Yeah, it's gonna keep getting like that. I don't again see how anybody could go to a Trump rally at all and have any self-esteem at all.
They were paid high actors.
Yeah.
There's a website called.
I know it would be pretty expensive, John, but you need to come out with, "Are you shitting me? Make America great." Get rid of his ass.
No, you shit. Get rid of Donnie. You want America great? Get rid of that asshole.
There's a behind-the-scenes look on a website called "Be Less Stupid," and it was at Trump Jr.'s thing where no one turned up, and they were staying at the back of the room. They had all these 20 or 30 or 40 people moved to the very front and they were trying to arrange them, and they're setting their cameras up to how can we make this look like a crowd?
Yeah.
And it actually shows them trying to make it look like a crowd out of these small
But I
numbers.
guarantee if you talk to Donnie, he'd be telling, the crowds were huge. They filled up the venue.
Yeah.
They were outside waiting in campers. All that kind of shit.
Crowds.
Yep,
We
biggest
had to put
crowds
up
in
jumbo
history.
screens.
Yeah, that's him.
That's why he used Obama's inauguration pictures.
John?
Yes, ma'am.
John?
Yes, ma'am.
Sent you a small amount on PayPal since you don't have Super Chat.
All right.
Why?
I appreciate that very much. Oh, look at there. We got 2. I could not call them out though.
They might be private donations, so I wouldn't. But since Velica mentioned that she did, you're free to do that.
Well, I don't see Velica's name.
Well, just be careful.
I see 2 other people's names. Huh? Claudia, is that you?
I said Joy.
Oh, Joy. Oh, yes.
Sent a small amount on PayPal since you don't have Super Chat.
Well, I appreciate that very much, darling. And every dime helps, baby. It really, we need to go buy a new shovel. That was pitiful. Me and my 2 kids out there digging a grave with a broken shovel, a broken pickaxe, in 3 broke bodies, or at least 1 broke body.
Yeah, that's a bit strange because I thought that everybody in Texas had explosives.
Yeah. It's the next thing, baby. Rocket launchers, shit like that. Once a stinger, just in case them Arabs come over here with airplanes or some shit. It's an ignorant state sometimes. A state that I'm very proud of, has a rich history, and is full of great people. But yet some of the loudmouths that we have really make us look bad. But Joy Peters, I want to thank you also. Joy and Claudia Garcia, thank you very much. We appreciate it very much. We need to figure that out. But
I see that your mate Donald also loves sharing and declassifying secret government.
Photographs? No problem. No problem. He's the head guy. He can.
All the secrets, so what the hell's the difference?
Just because they know we have a new method of looking at them, it ain't nothing. Don't worry about it. The important thing is that everybody knows that Donnie he was the first one to get the pictures. So
the reaction of Iran.
Look what I see.
That satellite picture.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to him. Any state secrets or.
The Prime Minister of Iran congratulated Trump with the quality of the photo of the satellite.
In other words, that satellite or that camera or whatever it was could have flown over illegal airspace to get that shot. So it exposed
probably a drone.
The government to, dangers because they could have flown over illegal airspace to get that shot. And they don't need the rest of the world knowing that's what they're doing.
The U.S. does that all the time with their spy planes, so there's nothing new there.
So they don't have a banner. They don't have a banner at the back of the spy plane saying, we're taking photographs of you.
It's not like on a biplane out there with a guy out there with a camera.
I'm actually surprised that he didn't put underneath it, taken by Donald Trump.
Yeah. Taken by me. I was the one that snapped the picture. Yeah, it's
you can order it in a gold frame.
Yeah, for a price. For a price.
Yes.
Did it
Get
have
it
one
in
of
the
those
Trump gift shop. Yeah.
Preloaded messages?
For any more information, please contact me on Twitter.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, you can start a whole business of it. You want to get dirt on your neighbor? We'll take a picture. Yeah, shit like that. Anyway.
Don't give him any fucking ideas.
Yeah, no
I
shit.
hope that's the only picture he's ever given away.
Yeah. Well, maybe the Air Force will be a little more confidential with their shit now. Don't give it to him. He'll do nothing but tweet the shit out anyway. So, maybe they'll take a hint from that and not do that again. I'll tell you what. Go ahead.
The CIA should use the reverse psychology on Trump. They should learn to give him misinformation that'll work in their favor.
Yeah.
There you go.
Feed him a bunch of bullshit to keep him occupied.
Play the same game he does.
Yeah.
That would just feed into his deep state.
Yeah.
Narrative.
Yeah. That would just, secret society, the deep state. Well, I don't know. I worry more about Q, whoever that is.
They should probably give him a blank sheet of paper and a box of crayons.
Yeah. Yeah, you reckon he'd know what to do with it?
Nah,
he'd eat the crayons. He'd eat the crayons.
Imagine him and Ivanka after the election, after he's out of office, they say, well, where we're going to go for holidays this year. Where should we travel to overseas? Well, you're not welcome anywhere, darling.
Yeah, no
place.
To
stay in America.
Yeah. You go around, sneak around, there's going to be a protest.
Did any of the Blue Dot family enjoy the lovely picture of Ivanka looking really horny into the eyes of the Canadian Prime Minister.
I think we all enjoyed that, Hank. I think we all got a good smile.
Melania,
Yeah, because we know it's the truth.
Melania, I mean, yeah.
It's the same way she looks at him as he looks at Ivanka.
It is, yes, it is.
Exactly.
Melania looks at Trudeau like Donnie looks at
Is not
Ivanka.
her real name.
Yep, I'm telling you, it's a disgusting. The whole freaking family. I don't cut none of them slack. They're all just a bunch of scumbag little money grabbing whores, from the daddy to the mama to the kids, except for Tiffany.
Yeah, Trump is probably proud that he managed not to get Ivanka into the Epstein sex circle.
Yeah. Well, that was taken care of quickly, because that list of names is still yet to come out. Anyway, people, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I told Mama I was only gonna come on for an hour, and we're already into 2 or 1.5, so I'm already over a half an hour. She didn't want me to. She's worried about me. I don't know why. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming by. I'll get my shit together tomorrow. I'll do my, what's tomorrow? Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Nope.
Oh, we go live on Tuesdays.
That's what I tried to tell you.
Well, we're gonna play.
You're going 2 days in a row.
Huh? What's that, Dave?
You're going live 2 days.
Uh-oh.
We're losing Dave.
Yep, Dave, the CIA is cutting you out,
2
buddy.
days in a row.
CIA.
Are you going live? Yeah, thank you. Are you going live 2 days in a row, Travis?
That's up to Dad. I got no say in that.
Well, you're the producer, aren't you?
Yeah, no. No way in hell am I a producer.
I'll
He's just a technical
tell
guy.
you what, because I got my rants all mixed up. Tomorrow I'll do a rant tomorrow, and we'll go live on Thursday. That would get us back into our groove, right?
Yeah.
And that will allow me to get shit out of my brain, because like I say, the rants are different from the show, because the show I'm doing a little bit of ranting at the beginning, but not near as I get when I'm in there by myself and just let it all come out. So I need to do that. I need to get that out of my system and get a lot of pissed offness out at life in general.
Well, before you go, John, I just want you to think, America, the person that's leading your country is the sort of person who would stand in front of the tomb of the unknown soldier, and he would say, well, only if he'd done something famous or done something we could remember him for.
We would know who it
That's
was.
the sort of man that's running your country.
Exactly, because to him it's all about
not being unfaithful to the unknown soldier, but he probably looked at it and went, "Who the fuck is this?"
Yeah, that's probably exactly what. Who gives a shit? Nobody even knows who he is anyway. Why should I go up there?
No, he would not have. He would not have thought that. He would have thought, this is a coward because he died in the war.
Yeah. I like the guy. I like ones that weren't captured.
Would say, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
So that's your leader, guys. Get rid of the bastard.
We will do exactly that, Dave. And thank you for your support. And Hank, thank you for your... Hank is still in. Yeah, Hank's there.
Welcome. Yeah, I'm still here.
Bernadette, thank you, baby. Budman, TW, Velda, Velka, and Yogi, baby. We appreciate it all.
John.
We appreciate it so much. To our Facebook family, thank you for coming in. Thank you for being part of the show, baby. It's we miss all y'all. We miss our YouTube family. So y'all hang tight. We'll upload this onto YouTube right away, and so it'll be on there tonight. Thank you again so much, Blue Dot family. I love y'all so much. And I'll do a rant tomorrow, and then we'll come back on Thursday. We'll go live again, and then we'll be back in the groove. Everything will be cool. So y'all have a good night, and we'll see you later. And bye.